Hey folks, how's it going? Lucas from Brazilian Blades here. Today we're going to do a review that I already did in Portuguese. It's a pretty cool knife that I haven't seen reviewed in English before, so I thought I'd add my 2 cents to it. This is made by John Gray and Tracker Dan. It's the Bloodshark. The Bloodshark was designed by Dan. Dan is a U.S. Special Forces operator. If I remember correctly, he's from the SEAL team, and he's active right now. I think this is probably the only knife I know that was designed by an active, on-duty elite member of the military. And the Bloodshark was done to be very simple, very ergonomic. It's a knife that's designed to be with you all the time, everywhere. And the fixed blade version is tremendous, and it's a huge success. When you see it in the group, it sells by Lotto, because it's just a great design. It's very ergonomic. So this one was made in collaboration with John Gray, who makes great blades, and he makes exceptional folders. 2 guys that have recommended me John's work before were Gus from GDC Knives and Rick Lala, and they both say, and I didn't knew John's work before, and it's really impressive. When I met it at the first time last Blade show, when I saw the proto for this folding Bloodshark, and then I saw it again at the New York Knife Show. I took a bunch of pictures for the Instagram, and I said, this is an amazing knife. And luckily, I had a chance to buy one. Now, I just mentioned, this knife is very ergonomic, very simple, drop point shape, extremely sharp. You can see that it has a thin grind, stone washed. This gray hole, which he calls, plus the fuller, means opening it is just a charm. You can flick it, you can thumb flick it, you can use the spider claw flick, you can just pretty much any way you want. It opens like a charm. The detent is really well tuned, really well tuned. It's rare to find a knife with a detent this proper. Very light, G10 in one side and titanium on the other. The clip is tipped down, and it works perfectly in this design. The tip down is just amazing. And I've seen it before, but I couldn't have been more impressed with John's work. And I have to say, this is one of the nicest folders I've handled in a while. I'm arguably biased to knives made in Brazil. We have some of the best makers in the world, but John's work is really stunning, and I'm proud to have had the luck to score one of these. Now, this really is a blade that excels everywhere. The fact that it's strong, tactical, no play at all, you know you can do some serious work with this knife, but at the same time, I've used it in my office to slice cake and to cut apples, and it didn't raise any attention because this is a work knife. This is a knife that it's made for simple jobs, and this simplicity is what makes it so effective, and the ergonomics are just amazing. So if you need to put some leverage, anything that you need that requires a little more grip, this is just perfect. And you see the blade shape is really, I think, one of the best points. It reminded me of a knife that I had for a while. This one, made by my friend in Brazil called José Machado, and it's a very simple model, and is one that I go back to it all the time. When it was time to bring a knife from Brazil to here to help me with moving, this is the model I choose, exactly because it's so its simplicity makes it very versatile. And as you can see, John translated perfectly the lines, the robustness, and the style of the Bloodshark to a folding package. And not only is it practical, it's beautiful. So I highly recommend this folder. I have to say, I was impressed before. I keep being impressed. John is a great maker, and Dan is and Dan made probably one of the best designs in tactical knives of the 21st century so far. And I'd say this, sometimes you have knives that are iconic and redefine a generation, especially of tactical users who really, where form really follows function. And I think this is one of these. This is like the Emerson CQC 7. This is a game changer. Now, the steel used is Nitro V, which is a new nitrogen steel, kind of like an ABL steel with kryptonite. It's like stupidly sharp. I mean, slicing paper, everyone does that, blah blah blah, but you know, it's different. Yeah, it's old ticket. It's pretty cool stuff. You see it drops shut, opens perfectly, no play at all. It's on washers. A lot of people like washers, a lot of people don't like washers. Whether you like it or you don't like washers, this knife has perfect action. Even if you don't like washers, if you prefer bearings, I usually prefer bearings, there are no flaws in the action of this knife. So you won't miss the bearings here. John made an amazing job. It locks strong, no play, like unlocks no slick, no slippery, no lock stick, and just a solid working knife with a simple yet highly refined design. So I have to say, if you ever get the chance to get a folding Bloodshark, get one, because it's one of these knives that really makes a difference, and it opens possibilities that you didn't consider, and I'm very happy to have this one. So thank you very much, guys, and remember to follow us on Instagram. We're gonna have a giveaway there soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much.